Hi, my name is Angelica and today we're going to be making a Middle Eastern plate called Kousa Mahshi. Excuse me if I didn't say that right. I will be making a normal kousa and a gluten-free kousa for the ones that cannot eat rice. So I already prepped everything, my ingredients, and I also prepped my zucchini, which is a kousa. What you're gonna be needing for the one with the rice is 1 cup of rice. Make sure you rinse it and you leave it soaking for about 30 minutes. Then we're gonna use 2 spoons of 7 spices. The 7 spices, you can add more or you can do less, it's your choice. So I like them full. 1, 2. Also a little bit of fresh crushed pepper. If you want to use garlic, you can either use dry garlic or fresh garlic. And make sure you add salt. Don't put so much because then it becomes salty. Also, I like to add for a better flavor, you can use ghee, you can use butter. This time I'm gonna be using this butter, which is a butter that is non-dairy. It's made out of vegetables. And I like to use a lot, so it'll have a best flavor. Also, I have a half a pound, which a quarter kilo, around a quarter kilo of ground turkey. You can use ground lamb and you can use ground beef also. It's your choice. We like turkey here at home, so what I'm going to do, because I'm doing 2 types of zucchinis, so what I'm going to do, use half for the ones with the rice. Then I will mix it with all the ingredients. Make sure you mix and mix and mix. Make sure that the butter is all dissolved. I leave it outside before I start prepping anything, so it'll be room temperature and it's easier to cook with. And let me show you after it's done. Oh, it smells so good. I can smell the spices, the butter, everything. So this is done right now. The next step is that you just stuff the kousa, which is a zucchini. Okay, so now that I finished this mix, I want to go on with that gluten-free and rice-free kousa, because I'm gonna show you why right now. Because once we stuffing the zucchinis, it's very hard to touch anything. So let me start with the other one and get a brand new spoon. So what I'm using for this one that I forgot to mention is a cauliflower rice. You can find this in any of the stores, for example, Costco, Aldi's. So this is what we're using instead of the rice. So this is about a pound of cauliflower rice, that's what they call it. And again, I'm gonna be using the 7 spices, 2 spoons, 2 tablespoons. Just to remind you, you can add more spices however you like. I like them like this. Also, I chopped a small size tomato and half of an onion, because I like this to have more flavor since it doesn't have rice, so I'm adding this. Then we add 2 tablespoons of, not 2 tablespoons of salt, like about a tablespoon of salt. Fresh cracked pepper. black pepper, your choice. About 2 tablespoons of room temperature butter. Like again, I mentioned, it is a non-dairy butter. So this is gluten-free and non-dairy. If you have fresh garlic, you can add fresh garlic. I have dry garlic for more flavored. What I'm going to do is mix this right now. The best thing to do when you go shopping for the zucchini is to get the smaller ones. But right now, I got different sizes because they don't have smaller ones. Now after everything is mixed, it looks like this. After you mix all the spices and all the veggies with the cauliflower, you add the ground turkey. Ground beef or ground lamb, whatever you like, your choice. So we're gonna mix, mix, mix and get ready to stuff the zucchini, which is Kousa in Arabic. Hopefully I'm saying it right. This plate is so delicious and so tasty and healthy on top of that. You can eat it also with yogurt for the people that can eat yogurt, or you can eat it plain like this. Okay, so we're done doing the stuffing, and this is a cauliflower stuffing. This is how it looks. So I have already a pat ready here. After I clean the zucchini, the stuffing that I took out, I put it in here because I like to cook it with it so it'll get more flavor. So I'm going to start with that gluten-free zucchinis, Kousa Mahshi. So how do you do this? You just get a spoon. I like to put this here. This can get very messy. Very messy. This is why I wanted to leave this at the end. Okay. You can do it with your fingers. You push it in with one of your fingers. By the way, I forgot to mention that when you're taking the stuffing out, make sure you leave about this much at the end, so you won't make a hole and then you're gonna be struggling and the food is gonna be coming out. Because when it gets, when it's ready to cook, the cauliflower and the rice expands. So how much do I leave? You're probably gonna wonder how much do we stuff it. So I leave about this much. So when everything is cooked, it's gonna expand, it's not gonna come out. So after you're done stuffing the zucchini, the Kousa, I noticed that I have a lot of leftovers. So another thing that you can do and get one or several of these bell peppers. What you're gonna do is clean them. Just remove the top of it. Like this. Save this, don't throw this away because we're gonna cover it. So we're gonna stuff the bell peppers. These also taste delicious with the cauliflower rice. And guess what? We're also gonna cook them with a zucchini. So now I have the stuffed chilies that I put the leftovers with the rice and the cauliflower rice. And I also added a piece of tomato. Again, it's your If you want more, you can add more just to have a little bit of taste, and some onion in it. So this is how it looks. These are the non-gluten, or these are non-gluten. It doesn't have gluten, but it does have rice, and I have a family member that is allergic to rice. So that's why I'm making the gluten-free and rice-free zucchinis. Okay, so the next step is you're gonna add salt to this, just a little bit. Why am I adding salt? Because the next step is we need to add water. Okay, so we're adding the water. You don't stuff it all the way up. I would say leave it where the bell peppers, or it depends on your pan. You can leave this much without water. Well, what's gonna happen to these ones that are sticking up? Trust me, they'll cook. Once it's boiling, the water will cook this, and everything's gonna get softer, so they're gonna go in there. So that one has the water already. We're gonna cover it and put it in the stove, and this is the one with the rice. You can add garlic, you can add other stuff that you like to any of them. I already put some garlic inside of them, so I'm just gonna leave them like this, but sometimes I add a head of garlic, and it tastes so good if you like garlic. Something I didn't mention was that I boiled some water before I put it in. You don't have to, you can just add the water room temperature or however you like. I also forgot to mention the tools that I use to take the stuffing out of the kousa. I use something like this. I don't know what it's called, but it's very practical, and it takes less time to do it than with a knife. This one I got it in Jordan. This one is from Germany. Done putting everything in, the water, the salt, the onion, the tomato. You know, you just bring it to the stove and turn it on. What I like to do, if you don't heat the water, I like to boil it first and then lower the temperature. You're probably wondering, how long does it take to cook? Well, it takes about half an hour or less to cook. The one without the rice, which is the rice-free ones, they're probably going to be quicker than the ones with the rice. Once they're done, they are so delicious. So now this is the result after they're done. After the 20-30 minutes that they've been cooked, this is how they look. There's not much difference between the gluten-free, the rice-free, and the ones with rice. I'm going to cut it for you to see it. With the one without rice, and the one with rice. Enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share.